Hello very much. My name is Hayden Anadonia, and I am back with another video. I know I just put one out yesterday, but I felt compelled to do another one because I have so much to talk about. I've been kind of absent. I mean, what does that even mean? But I haven't been posting as much. I've kind of been re-entering the real world. I had a crazy start to my year. I was on like a heavy bender at the end of last year while I was finishing Perverts because the situation called for it. But then I had to like hard stop my bender because I got put on probation because I'm an idiot and I was on probation for 3 months. So I just kind of went cold turkey with all substances. I wasn't even supposed to be drinking, which I was just stone cold sober, which was crazy. And so I was on probation for 3 months, and then I couldn't really go anywhere, and I was just working night and day to finish my record all by myself. I was supposed to go to Toronto at the beginning of the year and finish it with Matt, but I couldn't leave the country. I couldn't go anywhere, so I wound up not doing that. So he flew down for a couple weeks, and we worked in my studio and just like watched Twin Peaks and whatnot, which was really fun. I'd never seen Twin Peaks before, which was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Really weird though, I'd never seen it before, and we watched it for the first time. And then the night that we finished the finale, we've probably finished the last episode, not of the return, but of the original 2 seasons. We finished the finale at like midnight. I woke up at 8 a.m. to the news that David Lynch had passed away in the night, and I was like, crazy. Just so weird. Weirdest timing. But, you know, God rest his soul. We'll miss you, Mr. Lynch. But, you know, Twin Peaks had I think a huge impact on finishing Willoughby Tucker, which I can say that now because the album has been announced. Oh my God. I was going to lose my mind not being able to talk about it. But yeah, I finished Willoughby Tucker over the first 3 months of the year. It was so hard. I was so depressed. It was really like taking a shot in the dark. Trying to finish that record because I just like had no emotional connection to it because, you know, I was coming out of a bender and I'd been really depressed for a while and yada yada. But now I'm back to normal, and so I've been doing stuff again. Amongst some other trips that I've been taking, I went to Sakura-con, I think is how you say it, in Seattle with my sister, who it's like their first big trip, which is super exciting. Seattle actually was my second big trip as an adult. When I went to see Suzanne Sunfer in Seattle when I was 19, my mom took me on a trip up there, and so it felt only correct to take my sister up there. But I'd never been to a con before. It was crazy, so many people, so overwhelming, but I had a good time. I love Seattle. And I was just kind of chaperoning, but I actually kind of had a good time as well too, because there was a bunch of stuff that I liked. So basically this is going to be like a nerd ramble, which, you know, I feel like I've posted a couple videos about Zelda before, and people are like, oh my God, I never would have thought that she would be into that, yada yada yada, which is really funny because like I have always been super into like Zelda and all that kind of shit. I apparently like don't talk about it, so I'm trying to talk more about my interests, because I feel like a lot of these things have shaped me and my art style and the way that I create. So I feel like it would be worthwhile to talk about these things, for whatever reason. I don't know. I just like to ramble about stuff that I like. So here's my little haul of stuff that I got at Sakura-con and some other stuff that I've been like doing recently and reading. Just like a handful of stuff, because otherwise I talk so much about one individual thing that if I think showed any more than this, we'd be here forever. But basically we'll start here. I found this. It's the Berserk Band of the Hawk game. Now, this is crazy because at first I was really surprised when I saw this at Sakura. Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. Oh. At first I was really surprised when I saw this at the booth because, so I just started reading Berserk. I started Berserk 3 days after my birthday because I submitted my album for, like, I was like, I'm submitting my album, I'm done with it on my birthday. Which, as you know, I announced the album on my birthday. So yeah, I like finished mixing the last song and sent it to Matt to master, and then announced the album on Instagram. That's the kind of time that I was having. It was so bad. I worked until the last minute. Anyways, I found this 3 days later, and when I tell you, I didn't watch a movie, I didn't read a book, I didn't do anything for months because I was finishing Perverts and then immediately swapped over to finishing Willoughby Tucker, so it was like a whole thing. I didn't do anything. Well, I watched Twin Peaks, but that's like in the studio while we were working. I would like take a break, watch an episode, get back to work, like that. But I didn't really enjoy anything and dive into anything. And so I just figured I'll start Berserk. I had to go to Barnes & Noble's to buy like a present for my siblings because their birthday's 4 days after mine. So I went to get them something, and I saw the deluxe edition of Berserk. Where is it? It's over there. I just finished volume 14, so I have the deluxe, the Dark Horse deluxe volume right over there. But I saw that, and I was like, oh wow, this will be really cool to get for when I finish the manga. I wound up starting the game earlier because apparently, the game only goes up to like the Conviction arc, or basically to the end of the Golden Age arc. So I was like, it's not going to spoil what I read because I already read past that point. I was already in like the Lost Children arc or whatever by that point. But yeah, so I bought Berserk Band of the Hawk, and what's really cool is I saw that it had the W4 sign, the Koei Tecmo logos at the bottom, and I was like, that's what I always see at the beginning of Hyrule Warriors. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but sometimes I feel like the only Hyrule Warriors fan on the planet. I don't know why most people don't like that game. I love that game, but I also love any Zelda content at all. Like anything Zelda, I'll play, just because I love the characters so much. So I don't even care if it's like an unofficial spin-off game or whatever, I'll play it. So I opened the game, and lo and behold, it was a warrior style game, which is super cool. I also love that Judo is unlocked so close to the beginning of the game because he was my favorite member of the Band of the Hawk. Besides, obviously, Casca and Guts. I'm going to be real. I don't like Griffith. I'm surprised how many people do like Griffith. I didn't go on like the Reddit or YouTube. There's so many like YouTube essays and the Reddit posts and everything that I wanted to read and like just get online and get into the fandom for Berserk, but I didn't want to do any of that until I finished the whole manga because I don't want to spoil it for myself. And it took me like 2 months to read it because like in between going on trips and like I had a bunch of work stuff, so I was just kind of slowly reading the manga. But I just finished yesterday. I just finished the manga. It was so good. It broke my heart. I know that there's a continuation, but like I read up to like Miura's last panel that he did. Miura? I'm literally just making this shit up. But I finished the manga yesterday. I spent all day, I was supposed to be working, but I spent all day reading and like watching videos about Berserk and just like doing the deep dive because I was like, okay, I need more. It ended on such a harsh note, like an abrupt note. So I was like, I need more of this. So I spent all day reading stuff about Berserk online and seeing what everybody's been saying for the 25 years that I need to get caught up on. And a lot of people seem to like Griffith as a character, which, I mean, like, after reading the manga, I don't know how I'm supposed to, but whatever. I really want to get a Puck tattoo. I have this blank space. I've been trying to figure out what to put. So I think I want to put Chestnut Puck on here, but I have to figure out which I have like a collection of like 40 pictures I've taken of Chestnut Puck over the entire manga, like the cutest, funniest versions of him, and I kind of want to put him right here in my hand. So if you see that show up on my hand at some point, just know that that was the plan for a minute. But yeah, I really enjoyed Berserk. It was so good. It was brutal, and there was a lot of stuff that I really had to be like, okay. And if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. If you've read it as a woman, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot that I was like, okay, this definitely feels gratuitous at times. Some of it I was like, I don't know why that was needed. Like, I understand whenever we're doing like a medieval setting and whatnot, and you're like really showing kind of like the harsh realities of it. It's like, you know, the way that men would be treated by evil raiders and mercenaries and savage people, the way that men would be treated by those people is different from the way that women would be treated by them. And I get that that's realistic, but like some of it was just like, oh my god, can we, like, why are we doing it? Do we have to do this again? Like, do we have to do this again? But when you get past the like obvious misogyny of the genre and the medium, that just is men writing harsh stories that involve female characters, if you can like get past that, the story is incredible. It's an incredible fantasy story. It's so dark and deep, and the world building is unlike anything that I've ever seen in something since I discovered Zelda. Like, it really is just so, like, it just paints such a vivid picture, and you just go so many places, and there's so much, it's so rich. I very much enjoyed reading it. I really had a good time getting to fall in love with the characters, and then the characters get killed off, and then you're like, oh, and you mourn them, and then new characters come in, and you're just like, oh my god, this is just so... It was crazy. I've never read a manga all the way through. I've started Akira like a year or two ago, but I was just so busy. I'm always having to put stuff down and get to work. But this is the first time that I was like, I'm really going to dedicate my time. And I read all... I bought the first volume from Barnes & Noble, read it, became obsessed, went back and bought 2 through 14, and like hauled them home in a giant box. And I just loved it. It was amazing. It really inspired me. I've also been playing Red Dead Redemption at the same time, so I've been going back and forth between Berserk and Red Dead, because I've never played Red Dead before. And both of them have just been so... They've made me fall back in love with world building and stories and the richness and vastness of an inner world. So it's been really kind of inspiring to me as an artist, reading Berserk and playing Red Dead. I did buy the 1997 anime on DVD, so I'm going to read that now that I'm done with the manga, and I'm going to continue playing through the game. And after that, I kind of want to binge all of Little House on the Prairie, because I haven't done that since I was a kid. I've been meaning to. I hope that my sound machines aren't too loud. They're obviously Marsona sound machines. I had one in my studio that I loved. And so I bought one for my room, and then I bought another one for my room, and I kind of like mixed them to kind of like get a more interesting... And I have one on one corner of my room and one on the other side, so like depending on where you're at in the room, the sound is different. It's been really fun. It puts me right to sleep. But yeah, Berserk has been great. Really love Berserk. I love Puck so much. Probably one of my favorite characters in a fantasy story ever. He's so funny. He definitely gets very comic reliefy at the end, as opposed to like his more like he plays more of like a larger emotional part when it's just him and Guts traveling. And it's also really satisfying because I've always loved Guts' theme from the 97 anime. I've always loved it and wanted to sample it. It's always been, to me, one of like the greatest anime themes of all time. It's always had like a special place in my heart. It just really resonates with me emotionally, having never read the story in any capacity. So reading the story now and having this love for the characters, I'm really excited to watch the anime and hear that song in the anime with the context of all the characters and their stories and their backstories and whatnot. It's probably gonna make me cry. I'm super excited. But yeah, I love Berserk. So good, such a good story. So heartbreaking. Absolutely devastated me when I finished it yesterday. I'm looking forward to reading the new chapters. I hope that they live up. But yeah, love Berserk. Moving on real quick to another manga. I found this manga, Blame, by Tsutomu Nihei. I think it's Nihei. Y'all, I'm so terrible with names. Like, please don't drag me. I found this on... I don't remember where I found this. I think I was looking for visual inspiration for perverts on Pinterest. And I saw, like, one of these panels with all, like, the lines and shit. And I was like, oh my god. What is this? All the architecture was just so crazy. So naturally I bought the entire collection. And I'm going to start it now. Now that I'm done with Berserk. So that'll be fun. I have no idea what the story's about, literally at all. I haven't Googled it. I haven't looked it up. I just saw the art style and thought it was cool, and so I bought the whole thing. So we're going to see if I like it. I feel like I will, just for the art style alone. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting into that. He's not in here right now, but I recently got back into Dramatical Murder. I got my Alba Nendoroid. Oh wait, one second. I also bought the official works books for Dramatical Murder. They're in Japanese, so I can't read them, but I guess I'll just use Google Translate. But yeah, I bought these also, and it's just got like a bunch of sketches from like the development process. It's just like really cool. I didn't even know these existed until recently, so I was on eBay looking for the other Nendoroids because I really want to get Kujaku, and I want to get Clear, and I want to get Noise, and Mink, and possibly Ren. I might order. I don't know if there's a... I can't remember if there's a Nendoroid for Ren or if there's just that, like, the PVC one. But I have Alba and Ren in, like, dog form. They're over there. I'd already bought the Majora's Mask Link Nendoroid. I've never collected figurines before, but I recently bought the deluxe Breath of the Wild figurine, the Figma one for Link. And I thought that was cute, so I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm not going to do fucking the pop things, the Funko Pops. Just because they're not personally my taste, but I was like, I'll get the Nendoroids. I remember seeing them when I was in high school, so I'll get those. So I bought the Majora's Mask Link Nendoroid, and then I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. So I'm getting all the ones for Dramatical Murder, which, first of all, I can't believe that Dramatical Murder even has Nendoroids, because I don't really know what, like, the qualifications to get a Nendoroid is. I don't know if, like, Nendoroid chooses to make them, or if, like, the company... It's just crazy because, like, I don't actually know how many people are still into Dramatical Murder. For me, it was, like, a niche BL game that I played in high school. I didn't know it was actually that famous. Obviously, I haven't had anything to do with it since, like, 2014 was the last time that I was, like, heavily into this game. 2014, 2015. But yeah, there's like, I'm trying to get all the Nendoroids. They're super cute. I ran into Alba cosplayer, which apparently he's called Yaoi Jesus, I've discovered. And y'all told me that I don't say Yowie right, but that's how I've said it my whole life, and I'm not changing. I ran into Yowie Jesus, apparently is what they call him. I ran into Alba, a cosplayer, at SakuraCon. So that was really cool. I like squealed when I saw them. I ran up. I was like, I'm so sorry to bother you. Can I take a picture with you? And it was like it was so funny, but they were really sweet. And they were like, yeah, they were like, let me finish buying this sticker and then we'll take a picture. And then I took a picture with them. And I got a picture with a Guts cosplayer and a Griffith cosplayer, which was really cool. I was like, I know you guys. And there were like a bunch of links there, but I like don't know con etiquette. I don't know if people like to be approached or not. I've never been. And, you know, obviously me, like when I'm in public, I like to keep to myself, so I don't want to go bother somebody else. But you know, my sister was like, come on, like dragged me up and was like, can she take a picture with you? And I was like, I'm so embarrassed. But so I got a couple pictures with them, which is really cool. But yeah, so I got my Nendoroid. It's super cute. I don't have this one set up. This one is still in there. You can see it's like a little bit, I'm like, I don't like that one, but I have this one is over there on my dresser next to Link, but I'm gonna have to move them to a shelf probably as soon as like the rest of the boys come in. You know, Alba's harem of concubines. But yeah, I love Dramatic Order so much. I've really been falling back in love with the art style and whatnot. I've been you know, I used to use them as drawing references a lot when I was in high school for a lot of my drawings. I actually had, I don't remember where I got it. I think a friend of mine had it and gave it to me, but I had Noise's hat. I had his hat and I would wear it all the time when I was in high school. Because it was so comfortable and it was just like really cute. But yeah, I love Dramatical Murder. So good. And yeah, it's got me started on my Nendoroid kick, so oh Lord, God bless my shelves. And then last but not least, I found a bunch of cool Zelda stuff. I will preface this by saying I have not pre-ordered my Switch 2. Nintendo has not sent me that fuck-ass invite. I'm so irritated. I thought I signed up in time, but I guess not. So, you know, fuck my drag. I guess I'm not getting a Switch 2 anytime soon. But there's no new Zelda game announced with it. I guess besides the new Hyrule Warriors, but like, I'll play that when I get to it. Hopefully I'm able to get one relatively soon, at least before tour. But whatever. I got the Japanese copy of Wind Waker on the GameCube, which is super cool. It has all the original paperwork in it and the disc and whatnot. So that's super cool. Super excited about that. Let's see what's in the booklet. They don't really make video game booklets like that. I don't think they make booklets at all anymore. They don't put booklets in the Switch or whatever. Not like this. Like they have like the whole item list and how to use it and whatnot. They don't do that anymore. But I guess it's because they think you have the internet, which hate that. I remember I was not, because I first got Zelda when I was 6. That's when I first started playing Zelda, and I remember being 6 years old trying to beat Ocarina of Time on my tiny little box TV in my bedroom and not knowing what the fuck I was doing. And I had to get one of my mom's friends' husbands. He was like a gamer nerd, and he had the Ocarina of Time official guide, and he loaned it to me so that I could, at 6 years old, read it and figure out how to beat the game myself. And I got a lot farther in the game. Like, my dumbass couldn't figure out how to beat Goma. Like, I would start having a panic attack and start shaking when I would go into Goma's lair in the Deku tree, which I was like dyslexic or something as a kid. I would read Deku tree and I called it the Dookie tree. And my dad would always laugh at me. He'd be like, the Dookie tree? What are you talking about? And I'd be like, no, I gotta go in the Dookie tree and fight the big spider. He was like, all right. but I couldn't figure it out. And then I got the guide and I was able to beat Goma, and then I blew through, you know, the child temples, got the master sword, blew through fire temple, yada yada yada. Could not beat the shadow temple because I was still like 6 or 7 at that point. Still terrified, obviously. I'm like a little kid. And I couldn't beat the Shadow Temple because I was terrified of Bongo Bongo. Like, I was able to scrape my way through the temple, but I was so petrified by Bongo Bongo. Like, petrified. I couldn't beat it. I went through and beat the Spirit Temple. Couldn't beat this Bongo Bongo. I don't think I beat Ocarina of Time officially till I was well into high school. And I got the 3DS version. And because I was so petrified with fear that I couldn't control the thing well. So I wasn't able to like control my bow and shoot his hands when they were coming at me because I was so scared. But when the 3DS version came out when I was in high school, or was I in middle school? I think I was more like in middle school, maybe going into high school when Ocarina of Time 3D came out. I don't quite remember. But with the gyroscopic controls, I was able to like aim, and I was able to like somehow scrape through that fight. And then I beat Ocarina of Time for the first time, and then I got a little bit older and I stopped being so much of a chicken, and I was able to go back through. And now I've beat Ocarina of Time on the 3DS, I beat it on the Virtual Console, I beat it on the GameCube, and I've beat it on the original N64. And I scoured game shops in Pittsburgh for months, and I finally found a 1.0 version of the Ocarina of Time cartridge. So it has the original Fire Temple theme, it has the original push blocks, it has the original blood graphics, has all the stuff. So I found an original 1.0 gray cartridge, and then I found the 2 lenticular gold cartridges for Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, which is really cool. And that's where I bought my N64, was in Pittsburgh. So I've just been like kind of slowly adding to my collection. So moving on from that, I got Ocarina of Time on N64. Now, I haven't opened this yet, and I kind of don't want to, but I'm going to anyways for you guys. I can't read any of this, but look at the back of the box. It looks so fucking sick. It's so cool. Now, I've never bought anything from Japan. I was waiting to buy, like, Zelda-wise, I was waiting until I got my full collection of playable games on all the consoles to start then buying, like, Japanese editions. But now I have every game for every console, so I figured, alright, I'll start buying the Japanese stuff when I see it. I wasn't even really intending to, but they had like a vendor at Sakura-con that had it, and I was like, alright, I mean, I'm not gonna leave this on the fucking table for somebody else to buy. But yeah, it's like super cool. It comes in this box. I actually already have the Japanese N64 cartridge that I bought in Pittsburgh, because it was just among all the other cartridges that I was like kind of pilfering through, and I was like, oh, this would be cool to have. But I bought this because it had like the actual box and the booklet and everything. But it's just like, it shows you how to play the game. It's got like all this stuff. It's so cool. I would imagine that's what it's telling you. I can't read it, but, and you can like see like closer up like the printed like sprites or whatever for the items up close, which you usually only get to see on like a really low quality CRT TV, so it's cool to see them like printed in high quality. I never got the like Nintendo Power Mags or whatever as a kid. Obviously I didn't really have those available to me in Perry, Florida, but yeah, it's like super cool to have this stuff now as an adult, because I never had all that stuff, but I would always hear them like quote the game guides and whatnot, like on my little Zelda podcast I would listen to or stuff like that. So it's kind of cool, like as an adult now, to start being able to have access to this. How the fuck do you close this? Hold on, y'all. Oh wait, okay. I think I figured it out. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever. So it's very cool to have that now. I found that. That was really cool. Maybe one day I'll buy like a N64 that's like like a Japanese regional N64 and try to play through the Japanese version of the game and see how far I make it without being able to read. See if I can get through it by memory. I got the official guide for Twilight Princess. This is the Wii version. I got the official Twilight Princess guide. I gotta like get these stickers off. I hate when they put the stickers on. But yeah, I got the Nintendo Dream guide for it. It's all of this is in Japanese. This is like an entirely Japanese booth, so I was not really able to I can't read any of it, so I was kind of debating back and forth whether or not I should buy it because I can't read it, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it because it's just like, it's got like the whole game. Like there's Queen Rutala. Hey girl. You've got Zant. You've got like the dungeon layouts, like you've got everything. Like I feel like this like is like the complete guide to beating the game, which is so crazy. And this looks like an enemy list at the back and of sorts. Look at these kooky characters. Wait, that's his world map. Oh my god, wait a second. Oh my god, wait, what's going on? Enough. What's going on? What the hell? Oh my god, I didn't know this was in here. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at my boy. Look at that. Holy shit. I did not even know this was in here. And I can't read jack shit on it either. What the hell? That's so cool. Yeah, this is the original map before they inverted it. When I first played Wind Waker was the first game that I missed. I just barely missed the release of Wind Waker because I'm pretty sure, no, actually not just barely, I think it came out in 2002 and I started playing the game in 2004 when I was about, when I was 6. So Twilight Princess was the first game that I played upon its release, but I still didn't get it for a second. I can't remember. Obviously, I was a kid, so I don't like exactly remember. I think that it came out for the Wii and the GameCube at the same time, but I got it for the Wii first because I guess my mom didn't know that it came, because I wasn't going to GameStop myself. I was asking for it for Christmas. And I think she got me the Wii version. And so I played the Wii version first, and I played the inverted version. And so going back and playing it as an adult on the GameCube version was a little bit confusing because I didn't know where anything was, because it was all, I kept getting so turned around because like the map in my brain from being a kid was inverted. And I can't remember if HD, I played HD when it came out in high school, but I can't remember if HD was inverted or not. I think it gives you the option to play inverted or not, but I'm pretty sure I played it inverted the way I played it on the Wii, which just like further cemented the inverted map in my brain. So now I've been trying to play through it and beat it on the GameCube, and it's just been throwing me off. But yeah, you know, I got it for the Wii too. I got it, the Japanese version for the Wii. Super cool. It just is like, it just feels cool to have these, like, the Japanese versions. It just feels very, I'm just like, yeah, this is, I feel like I need it. I feel like I need it, you know? Gotta get these damn stickers off. I'm so dumb, y'all. I'm so damn dumb. No, I'm not. Why did I keep thinking this was the Wind Waker? This is Phantom Hourglass. That is so funny. I think I knew it was Phantom Hourglass when I bought it. I don't know why in my head I kept looking down and I was like, okay, Wind Waker's next, Wind Waker's next. No, this is not Wind Waker. This is Phantom Hourglass. I played Phantom Hourglass the year that it came out because I think that was the year that my parents got me a DS for Christmas because I've been asking for it. Because one thing about me as a kid, I did not play. I said, I don't want anything else for Christmas. I want the new Zelda with the new... I was like, you don't have to get me anything else. Every time there was a new console with a new Zelda, I begged. I said, listen, I need it. I need that. And so they got me the GameCube and the DS when I was a kid. When the 3DS came out, they were like, you got to buy that yourself. So I raked the yard a bajillion times. I entered into a short story contest that was being held in my hometown. Entered in. I found out about this thing the day before the deadline. Like, I saw it in the newspaper, and it was a short story contest. And I saw a short story. It was like the outline for like the contest, and it said it was $100 cash prize for the first place. When I tell you I rode my bike home, I typed up a whole story, didn't even proofread it, typed up a whole story, rode my bike back up the next morning, submitted it right before they closed, put my story in. I'd written it in like 6 hours, submitted it, won first place, got $100 in cash in a little envelope, gave it to my parents along with all the money I'd made doing chores, and I said, take me to Walmart. I want to buy a 3DS. So I bought a 3DS. And that is how I got my 3DS. But yeah, my parents got me a Nintendo DS, and they got it for me with Phantom Hourglass. I have never played Spirit Tracks. I need to at some point. I'm a fake fan. But I loved Phantom Hourglass, even though it drove me fucking insane. Going back to the Temple of the Ocean King, oh my god. Probably the greatest headache in Zelda history. Has to be. But I love it so much. I really, really did genuinely enjoy playing through Phantom Hourglass. I loved when you would meet this little guy, and this is how you would like unlock further regions of the map and then get the tornado so you could like fast travel. I loved him. I loved the weird little islands with like the weird little treasures and secrets. I loved all the items. I really enjoyed Phantom Hourglass. I'm not gonna lie. I really had a good time playing through that game. I'll never forget when you meet the Ghost Sisters. I forget their names, like what their name is, but it's the 4 Ghost Sisters on the ghost ship. I have a distinct memory of playing that game, and one of the sisters, when you like dump her with her other sisters to go find the final sister, she'll be like, tee, we're waiting here with bated breath. And I'd never heard the term bated breath before, and I thought that meant she had like bad breath. Like she had like stinky breath. So I have like a visceral memory of playing this game, imagining these 4 ghost sisters. And I just, every time I played through, I imagined them having like really hot, stinky breath. I don't know why, that's like burned into my brain. And for the longest time, I thought that bated breath meant you had stinky breath. But then I heard that Tinashe song, and I was like, okay, that can't be what that means, because why the hell would Tinashe be singing about having stinky breath? Yeah, I'm dumb as a damn box of rocks, I swear. So cool. Damn, I love this game. Oh, now I want to replay it. I'm gonna have to bust it out. Maybe I can play it on 3DS. I think that they're backwards compatible. Oh my god, and like all the ship parts. I loved customizing Lineback's ship. Such a good time. And then last but not least, never least, I have this cool ass Ocarina of Time guide. I don't know what's with like the X-ray. But I fuck with the vision. I fuck with the vision. This is definitely a guide. Ah, but like, look at this. They don't make shit like this anymore. You can't see because I'm on my MacBook camera, but like, they don't make shit like this anymore for video games. The bitch in question. The big bad bitch in question. Right there. He had me so fucked up as a kid. Oh my effing G. Like, what the hell? Like, look at these. Like, look at the way the map is. Like, that's just so cool. They don't do that anymore. They don't, like, do visuals. Like, the way that, like, the look at the map that you get. God, this is so in depth. I need to see if they have American versions or like English versions of this. Like, y'all, this is just so... Oh, that must be... The X-ray symbolism is because it's like an X-ray version of the game, because you can really like see the whole thing. This would have come in so handy because I've been trying to be... I think I said that I already beat it on the N64, but the N64 is the last console I'm currently working on beating Ocarina of Time on. And I'm on the Fire Temple right now, and let me tell you what, I got so stuck. I could not find the last key. I could not figure out how to get there. For whatever reason, the Fire Temple trips me up as much as the Water Temple, and maybe I'm just stupid, but like, I could not find that last key. I've been stuck in the Fire Temple for weeks, and I'm not Googling it. I refuse to Google it. I'm like, I am a grown-ass Zelda fan. I should know how to beat the Fire Temple without guides at this point, so I like refuse to look up a guide. Fuck, I wish I could read this. This is so sick. I'm gonna have to see if I can find an English version of this, and if not, I'm gonna be sat there with my phone just like scanning it, reading the translations. I don't give a fuck. This is so cool. If I could snap my fingers and have any superpower, it would be understanding every language in the world. I think that's the superpower that I would want. Either that or being able to, like, fly or something. Like, what is this? This looks like some kind of, like, calibration test. But it's, like, crooked and I can't figure out what... I wonder what that's for. I'm gonna have to go with my phone. There she is. Look at her. X-ray vision of Mr. Deku Tree's all up in his guts. I know that's right. I know that's right. Hyrule Field. Swords Domain. Lake Hylia. God, this shit is just so cool. Oh my god. What an interesting look at the map designs. So sick. Alright, well that's everything that I have. Yeah, that's pretty much... I don't think I bought anything else at Sakura-con. I don't believe that I did. I bought like a tiny mushroom plushie, but that's not related to any like IP, so it's not really that cool. I thought it was cool though, but whatever. So yeah, that's my haul of nerd shit from the last little bit. Yeah, so I don't know how to end these fucking videos, but yeah, I'll try to start posting some more stuff on YouTube. I have so much stuff that I want to talk about and like ramble about, but you know, just trying to get back into like, you know, my love of stuff and like my inner child or whatever. There's so much stuff I used to love as a kid that I still love as an adult, but I just haven't been putting as much time and energy into because, you know, I'm trying to like live my life as an adult or whatever. But it's nice to just kind of like dive back into the media that really kind of like captured my heart as a kid and kind of kickstarted my love of creating and writing stories in the first place. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my probably incoherent rambles. And yeah, if you love any of these specific medias or characters or stories, sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think. I love to read your comments and see what you guys have to say about the stuff that we both love and have in common. Okay, goodbye.